Welcome back to the Wizards of Dalal Street 35 years, where I'm in conversation from Flame University with Durgesh Shah of Corporate Database. Durgesh bhai, what is the more difficult decision for investors? The decision to buy or the decision to sell?
For any individual, buying is very easy. From our childhood, we go about buying from candies and chocolates to all the way through life. But selling is something that very few of us do, except for those in selling jobs in various places. It's not easy to sell. But what's interesting is that for every investor, selling, I think, is a very, very difficult decision. And I've been asking these questions. I don't find these things in many books that I read, many people talking about it. But one particular answer I liked about
When
selling
you sell?
Was Vallabhbhai told me, you either sell when the promoter goes mad or the market goes mad.
No, but give me an example of that, a promoter going mad first.
When the stock does extremely well in a very short span, he goes about thinking that market, the reflexivity theory he starts believing that his market cap is what he deserves and starts behaving in that fashion, and finally realizes that it was transient and he hurts himself. That, I think, is very common. The more difficult one is when the market goes mad. The best example is Wipro in 2000 March 10th March 2000, somewhere thereabouts. Market cap was 2 lakh crore. The company, I think, has grown every quarter on quarter, every year on year for more than 10 years after that. We didn't come back to the market cap that we had in, for no fault of
The promoter.
company, promoter of.
Right. Talking about craziness, great investors also go crazy. They make mistakes. You, as you said, been a soldier to history. You watch them from close action. What are some of the mistakes that you've seen them make?
Once again, I think it is a matter of humility. Most of us kind of measure performance with what we see, what they've done, and we try to ask them about errors of commission. I find each one of them, one of the reasons they are humble, one of the reasons they are so stern with their own self, they always measure themselves with their opportunities. So the mistakes of omission, when they tell you that I had this opportunity to buy this particular stock, I was sitting there being dumb, not doing this. No balance sheet of mine will tell you that I missed out on that.
And yet it was a serious error.
And all of them have told me that one of those decisions were equivalent to all the errors of commission they made. They not satisfied that the errors of commission were not too bad. They always bother that how did I not get this error of omission right.
I've often heard that you have to time the market.
Certainly it is time in the market that's very, very important. If you were to see 35 years and look for performances of any investor, you will find that a major thing that made a difference to all of that was the decisions that were made between 88 and 92, between 98 and 2000 early, 2003 and 2008, and then 2009 to 2011. So there are these few parts at which what you did was extremely important. First of all, you have to make sure that you were not on cash when the bull market takes off.
Big
Then
client.
you have to be
Sit through it.
having that seat belt on to see something go crazy. To give you an example, Infosys, you would have made 100 times of your money in about 6 years of investing. But if you sold it then, people who kept it in the last 1 year made 90% of what would have been the total kick. So 9 times more money than somebody who kept it for the first 7 years.
I mentioned you're very modest and self-effacing. You've talked about all the great investors, the learnings they've given us. If I were to ask you, what is the Durgesh Shah investment philosophy?
I would think that if you associate yourself with people whom you have confidence in their behaviors, things will play out. all the corporate gurus tell you that get the right people on board and then you can decide wherever you want to go. I think that's true about life. Make sure we are with the right guys. They will make sure that you will not deviate from the path. They will make sure that you're keeping the pace. They will make sure that you're not getting influenced by the wrong things.
What is Durgesh Bhai's legacy? What does he want to achieve in the next 20 years of his life?
I'm enjoying what I'm doing now. I still look forward to a Monday morning than to a Friday evening. But surely I'm
Really?
enjoying...
You don't say thank God it's Friday like all of us?
I don't think any of you guys do that anyway. However, I think what I've started enjoying is when I look at kids here, whether from Flame or one of these participants who come for these external courses, I try to look for that guy, fat chap with a bag in his hand, pan chewing, Marwadi chartered accountant talking about Sisago and Tata Power, and 20 years later, lo and behold, that's Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. I'm trying to see if I can see those when I see these guys. And I can see we will find a lot more successful investors over the next 35 years from India. Not only for investing in India, but investing all over the world.
You know, we've had a great amount of learning sitting on the steps next to the wall of Flame at Flame University. Why don't we go to the library and continue our learnings about the great investors, Vipassana, value investing after this break. We'll take one, come back and chat some more from Flame University Library with Durgesh Shah of Corporate Database.